Good evening, Grim. I hope you are doing well. I forgot to ask you yesterday, how did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own? Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers. I see you have marked the appropriate number of profiles. Yay! Honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well, what must be done? Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation? Perhaps one day you can be a great worker. This reminds me, have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personable dialogue. What do you mean? Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein, create the situations themselves without our interference. Our data mongers assemble, collate, and examine wide swathes of data, and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium. We do not directly cause deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly. In a sense. But this is certainly not a one-to-one sequence of causal links. You should consider, time works a bit differently in here. Anything else? The complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your moderately sized region, time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass at different intervals. Profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions. That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium is of unfathomable complexity. Anything else? You are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials. The store and places. Anything else? No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and imperialistic. Anything else? Until tomorrow, Grim.
Shiver me timbers! Ye sure can't get enough of the Emporium! Oh, don't tell your captain about this. 'Tis one of theirs. Stole a great deal of time ago, though. Like 'tis between 2 months at least. I remember 'twas like yesterday. Barely made it out of the wardrobe alive. Have ye seen how far it goes? Many skeletons are in there. Almost became one of them. But ye can't trip old Mortimer that easy. Used to belong to the ruthless Corsair Thaddeus Thatcher, this one. 'Tis the last existing item of a lost civilization. Mad Thad landed in their village, gathered up each and every one, sage and king and beggar alike, and let Lady Luck through this very coin cast judgment on all. About half the civilization died that day, the rest doomed to a slow extinction. Then my crew laid upon Thad's war gallery near the gorge of the Telenor. The battle was merciless, but the treasure was most exquisite. Anyway, 'tis useful if ye can't decide what to eat for dinner.
Yes, you did it, Reaper. You have achieved. Your grandeur grows with every passing moment. Soon we'll be but mere motes beside your blazing glory. Nothing. I wouldn't dare say a thing, Your Majesty. Already getting a bit late as we speak. The dusk nears.
Grim, my fellow colleague, I have been deliberating a matter. Should I become a writer? I could write many compelling works of fiction. Why not? Indeed. Why not? I shall continue my contemplation. But for now, it is time for daily feedback. Ah, all the files are in order. Excellent work. You are a testament to meticulousness. Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
Ahoy! A pleasure to see ye again.
Deathspawn, I have been ruminating on the humans. They vex me. Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler without them?
Perhaps. We do still hold some control over the levers.
To put us right out of business, and you out of existence? Would you really trade yourself for them? What a time it would be for us all. A peaceful time. Ah, never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience and loyalty. I am all ears, Grim. Such is the nature of loyalty. Ha! Grand! A reaper demanding its due. Unfortunately, you will just have to live with it. Live. See what Where is your sense of humor? Well, I appreciated the discourse. Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Well, if it is that important to you. It seems you marked the proper amount of profiles. Well done, and all that. Now depart. I have things to contemplate.
Ye drive a hard bargain, matey, but Mortimer does love a good scuffle.
Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion. Appreciated. Now, you might find this shocking. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything. Certainly, once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? The tedium of profiles. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is admirable. Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
Batten down the hatches. 'Tis a storm of sails. Cord blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found the tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx itself. A lifeless, adorable thing. Can't imagine it being useful for anything. But sure makes delightful squeaks when ye stroke it.
Hey there. What you up to, killer? Sure you are. The suffering. How many lives have you taken? Do you even count? Starting to look a bit grim, ain't it? I guess that's already in the name. Grim Reaper. The great engine of life always stops. Someone's gotta stop it. Just happens to be you, directly in control. No wonder fate picked you for the crafting pot.
Cord blimey, you're looting all me wares.
Grim, why are you here? Oh, right. The daily... always in positions when I have important research to perform. Let us get on with it. I see the exact amount of profiles necessary. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine. Questions. Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration anyway. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are deep and meaningful. No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release. In that case, at least one only dies once, but more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions? Not in the sense that humans consider it, no. Grim, that is just stupid. Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time? Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful. Even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions? Unlikely. One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be. Any day now. Any other questions? Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
Didn't know I still had this beaked eyesore. I was at a gathering of some immensely wealthy idiots, where I saw an absolute buffoon wear this as professional attire. Just look at it! A weird long curve of a nose, and those stupid goggles. Ridiculous! Had to have it. So we plundered the whole lot of them. Lest these smelled nice, for they soiled their trousers from beer. Then the mask came in real handy.
Grim arrives. Oh, my dear Lady Portington, why is it such a bother? Indeed, the worries I have to process every single day. Truly, it wearies me. And now to summon such a... everything would be better without the endless hassle. Oh, Grim, I am most disappointed. I had hoped to avoid having this discussion again. Must I really reiterate myself? You cannot allow all to live. I hope you realize the implications for the world and for yourself. Hello, Grim? You are silent? You have nothing to say? Well, I hope that is because you are rethinking the path you have chosen. This will be marked down as your second warning. There will not be many more. Good night, Grim. We are all walking on a tightrope, prone to falling at any moment. See that you do not.
Look at that. It's a hatchling. I guess they let all sorts work here nowadays. The assemblage must be decay. Yet one must welcome the dregs, one must. What brings you to Florian the Eradicator? I don't need a sycophant, thanks. Try to keep from gushing too much. It's so banal. Just be impressed you're in my presence, but be it over there, somewhere far enough. Still, fate expects us to be polite to one's colleagues because it advances synergy and improves long-term morale. I suppose I must then do my best to enlighten you on whatever matters are bothering you today. Yeah, now, I would have figured the assumption that we would talk about relevant matters was implied. But I guess you new batch really don't have it together, do you? Try to keep up. I am the best and brightest of the bunch. When I aim for the jugular, I do not miss. With blood and guts, I will paint my magnum opus on the canvas of cosmos. All flesh is temporary. We here provide the herd with an escape from their meat prison. It is called salvation, or at least the closest thing they'll ever get. Of course not. Rules to follow and quotas to fill, as we all must, even if I consider management far too lenient. I just make sure to end, for that is what we are born to do. Yes, we Deathbringers all have to die. Unthinkable. You mean to suggest I go against fate's rules and kill more people? A lot more. All of them. I mean, it'd be amazing, yeah. A glorious day. But, Such fantasy. I can bide my time until their atrophy. Ciao, little hatchling. Lessons learned, off you go.
What's with the mask, stranger? Did someone release the plague again? I don't think I've seen you here before. Let me guess. You're in the... human department, right? I mean, the dark circles, the vibe like you haven't slept for 1,000 years. Don't worry, stranger. It gets easier. At least it did for me. For you see, I'm also in the human department. Damn it. Gotta ask Mortimer for some quality moisturizer next time. So, I figure you've been here a while by now. How do you feel about the work we do? Hang on. How do you know how humans are doing in their realm? Don't tell me you're actually using that cocker app to keep track of what's happening. I haven't opened it in years. No, I mean, I used to, but nothing interesting ever happened. The instructions are the same every day anyway. Kill all door-to-door salespeople. And what do I see in the app? The door-to-door salespeople died. Great! So very engaging. And that's followed by the stories of downright horrible things happening everywhere. No thanks. Do they, though? Do they really? Or is it an illusion? Congratulations? Huh, I've seen the boss, like, once. Not gonna happen. I bet it's all part of fate's grandiose plan. The equilibrium. And who am I? A mere spawn to question it. I just do what fate tells me to. The decisions are not mine to make. Have you ever heard the inspiring story of Scullifus? I'm guessing you haven't, since it happened way back when we still used rubber stamps instead of markers. Okay, so Scullifus spent all day, every day, stamping profiles to live or die. They got a grandiose case of carpal tunnel from all that stamping, but still they kept on going. Every day they'd receive a heap of new profiles, which were basically the same as the ones they'd stamped the day before. Almost as if powering through the carpal tunnel wasn't making any difference. Almost as if it wasn't worth it. Sound familiar? In any case, they kept going. Kept on stamping. Because they had to. Because when you give up, the cosmos, that meaningless entropy, it wins. And I'm never gonna let that happen. Even if it means doing the exact same thing. Day in, day out. That's it, stranger. It inspires me to wake up every day. Besides, as long as the coins keep coming, can we really complain? Yeah, real soon I'm gonna complain about how long it takes the bartender to make me a dang drink. Thanks for the chat, stranger. Anyway, I'm off to sleep. See you later. Probably not, though.
Why, if it isn't the young Grimster, back back again to delight my eye. Are you still wearing the same attire from before? Oh, gross. It's been ages. Oh, Grimmy. This lack of transformation, no, it does not suit you. I've got just the thing to help you out. Something I've been holding for a special case. A cool visage to make your day. Check it out later. Crisis. Say, how's the grind been treating you since our last chat? Doesn't that make you all of it lumbering onward, unceasing, unfeeling, a deadly machine? Pretty spooky if you ask me. What if the choices made were incorrect? Didn't know you were so rooted in determinism. One ought to heed instincts in collaboration with reason. Sounds twice as powerful to me, yeah? Ah, but what do I know? I'm just the barkeep. So what can I get you? Sure, what's your poison? What else you got in mind? Oh? What did this mysterious entity want? And you following, or what? But you follow fate's orders like... Elsewise, truth be told, I'm of little help. I don't know what else you got in mind? That's so... Well, most of us hear voice... Ah, wait, so you've got a mirror that reflects back your own voice? Hey, it's fine to talk to yourself. I'm sure it's rough at the office. Vocalizing's gotta help. Or maybe it's your conscience trying to kick through the barrier. Becoming a Reaper ain't easy, so you haven't fully internalized the struggle, you're not happy with your work, or you sense something's off. What do I know? I'm just a barkeep. That one? Heck, what can I say that you won't glean on your own? They tried, at least when it comes to the job. Can't say I trust their... Nothing to it. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't often disparage patrons of the den. We have here a shared experience. Here's to hoping they won't cause some... What else you got in mind? Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Grim, you would not believe the fun I am having. Such a transformation from the monotony of the office. It almost makes it all seem worthwhile. Yes, you expect your daily summary, but I still cannot find it in me to burden myself with this matter. So, off you go.
It's very cold. When did that happen? We can assure you, there's nothing smart about this mirror. Or what's in it. It's freezing. Everything halting to a standstill before... Astute, Grand Reaper. You're a wealth of insight. While the rest freeze in ignorance, unable to be saved. Maybe in a new lifetime.